Absolutely. And Rupaji, since we are talking about decision making, I
Mm,
think we all have made decisions in our life, be it right or wrong.
mhm,
So I want to know from you that, as a kid, there were
mhm,
certain situations, and
mm.
when we faced them, we would be like, a different person. Our reaction was different. But what has transformed in your life after the Gita, and maybe a previous past situation before Gita, you handled it differently. But after Gita, your
Mm.
perspective has changed towards the same situation, or you have handled it in a much more mature manner.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even, I mean, in so many ways, writing and reading the Gita has been transformative for me. I think if I have to say, pick one thing, then it has certainly made me a lot less judgmental about people. I used to feel those are like, I used to want to sort of slot people into, oh God, that person is like a bad person, or that person is always negative, or that person is always. The Gita has helped me to develop compassion and say that, different people are at different stages on their spiritual journey in each lifetime. And instead of acting like you're some more virtuous, somehow higher moral ground, that you are occupying some higher moral ground and somebody else is beneath you, instead of that, if you develop compassion, I mean, Krishna, the way he helped Arjuna along on this he was Vishada Yoga, he was so in such despair, and he just took his hand and helped him unravel the knots of confusion in his head. And that led to Arjuna figuring out for himself what needed to be done. And if all of us can look at the world and the people around us that way, that maybe if a person is being negative, despairing, in grief, in confusion, then instead of thinking of them as, my God, this person is always so annoying and always so needy and needing, and so negative, if we can say, what is your problem really? Can I help you? Without making it feel like that person is below you, like without being condescending about it, as a friend, I think we can just have a much better world. So it has helped me. In my youth, I would have this slotting of people into good people, bad people, nice people, not nice people, depending on how they interacted with me. And that is such a selfish way to view the world, because everybody has the same divine spark in them. I mean, as Krishna says,
Right.
if you can see a bit of me in everybody and a bit of everybody in me, then you are enlightened, then you will be free. And I try to do that. I try, not always successful, but it's an ongoing work in progress. I see myself as a work in progress, so I don't hate on myself also if I don't get it right sometimes. I think, as Krishna says, Arjuna says, but what if I do all this and still I fail or something? Then what is the point? And Krishna says, every time you try, you're earning more points for yourself, and in the next janma you will be born closer to it. You would have been proceeding on this journey. So just trying to do the right thing is already a blessing. Just try. So I think that's what I try to do. It has made me less judgmental, it has made me more compassionate, it has made me more mindful of what I'm doing, of my actions. Yeah, I think in these ways, I mean, I can't think of any specific examples, but in these ways, every day, in every moment, and whenever I find myself thinking a very negative thought, then I find myself realizing it earlier than I used to before and sort of pulling back from it, trying to make amends, if only in my thoughts. I try not to say things.
Hmm.
Even
Hmm.
if, even if I think a negative thought, I try to cycle back and say, and, just sort of withdraw from the thought, just take some distance from the thought and look at it and say, why are you thinking these thoughts? Is that fair? Is that right? So that kind of thing, introspection.